You're able to use a phone, I noticed, or walkie-talkie, or whatever that is. I hate it when the bad guy gets to talk to each other and we can't. Listieri's laugh was like a file across metal. Yes, the Timaverte likes to have certain advantages. I don't suppose you tell us how they manage it, blocking demigod communications? You won't live long enough for that to matter. Now drop your bow. As for your friend, he sized up Calypso. Keep your hands at your sides. No sudden curses. I'd hate to have to chop off that pretty head of yours. Calypso smiled sweetly. I was just thinking the same thing about you. Drop your sword and I won't destroy you. She was a good actor. I made a mental note to recommend her to my Mount Olympus invitation-only summer camp. Method acting with the muses. If we got out of this alive. Listieres chuckled. That's good. I like you. But in about 60 seconds, a dozen Germani are going to swarm this depot. They may not ask as politely as I did. He took a step towards me and swung his sword to his side. I tried to think of a brilliant plan. Unfortunately, the only thing that came to mind was me weeping in terror. Then above Listieres, the ivory rustled on the canopy. The swordsman didn't seem to notice. I wondered if orangutans were playing up there, or perhaps some Olympian god had gathered for a picnic to watch me die. Or maybe... The thought was too much to wish for. But in the interest of buying time, I dropped my bow. Apollo, Calypso hissed. What are you doing? Listieres answered me. He's being smart. Now, where's the third member of your little party? I blinked. It's just the two of us. Listieres' facial scars rippled, white lines on tanned skin, like the ridges of a sand dune. Come now, you flew into the city on a dragon. 3 passengers. I want very much to see Leo Valdez again. We have unfinished business. You know Leo? Despite the danger we were in, I felt a small sense of relief. Finally, some villain wanted to kill Leo more than he wanted to kill me. That was progress. Calypso didn't seem so happy. She stepped towards the swordsman with her fists clenched. What do you want with Leo? Listieres narrowed his eyes. You're not the same girl who was with him before. Her name was Piper. You wouldn't happen to be Leo's girlfriend. Red blotches appeared on Calypso's cheeks and neck. Listieres brightened. Oh, you are. That's wonderful. I can use you to hurt him. Calypso snarled. You will not hurt him! Above Listieres, the canopy roof shook again, as if 1,000 rats were squirting through the rafters. The vines seemed to be growing, the foliage turning thicker and darker. Calypso, I said, step back. Why should I? She demanded. This cornhusker just threatened... Calypso! I grabbed her wrist and yanked her from the shadow of the canopy, just as it collapsed on top of Listieres. The swordsman disappeared under hundreds of pounds of shingles, lumber, and ivory. The surveyed mass of quivering vines, I saw no orangutans, no gods, no one who might have been responsible for this collapse. She must be here, I muttered. Who? Calypso stared at me with wide eyes. What just happened? I wanted to hope. I was afraid to hope. Whatever the case, we could not stay. Listieres was shouting and struggling under the wreckage, which meant he was not dead. His Germani would be here any second. Let's get out of here. I pointed to the green locomotive. I'm driving.